Hello, world. Hello, universe. This is Daniel J. Edwards, and you're watching the Boys Podcast. Oh, and who do I voice? I voice Aigami from DSOD. It's nice to meet you.
It's my turn, and I'm gonna make some moves that are out of this world. Since I don't have any monsters on my field and you do, I can summon Constellar Seat.
Sands of time, flowing winds, open this ancient seal as I command.
What I have is the power to change your pathetic world into someplace grand. And you're Yugimoto. Isn't that right?
And with this final attack, there will be nothing left of you!
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Boys Podcast. My guest today is a voice actor, singer-songwriter, and Broadway actor. You may have heard his voice as Dipper Orion and Dennis Macfield in Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc V, Faba in Pokemon, Agami, aka Diva, and Dark Magician in Yu-Gi-Oh! Dark Side of Dimensions, Miss Jennifer, and I, Elvis Waboldi, Chi Ann Wei, and When You Win in Genshin Impact, and many more. So welcome the legendary Daniel J. Edwards. Welcome, Dan.
Hi, thanks so much. Happy to be here.
Yeah, it's an honor having you on, so thank you.
Yeah, I like your background, by the way.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I support the legend Dan, So.
Well, I got to say, it's in the center, and that's the most important place to put my work. So I'm just kidding. I talk like an antagonist a lot because I play a lot of those roles, so forgive that.
Dropping the mic. I'm messing with you.
Mic drop.
Okay, so Daniel, what have you been up to? How are you doing? How's Daniel doing?
I'm doing good. Ever since the pandemic hit, it's been a little crazy, but where there's troubles, there comes blessings too. So I discovered my family, I guess. Again, I moved back to Michigan, so now I'm living with my family in Michigan. Wow. And it's pretty great. My wife and I got our own little apartment, and it's way bigger than anything you could get in New York City. So it feels good. And, I'm working remotely as a voiceover actor now in this booth at home, which is really comfortable, and it works just as well as any of the booths that I've worked with in New York, in my opinion. So things are really good in that aspect. I do miss the city a little bit, but that's what I've been up to now.
Wow. So you're in Michigan now?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Wow. I thought you were in New York, because we were in Chicago, we were not that far from each other, Michigan. And yeah, see, I feel like I started these podcasts in 2020, Daniel, which helped spread positivity during this tough time, pandemic, made people down and depressed. I wanted to help cheer them up, so.
That's amazing. I love that. I love that so much. Actually, I tried to do the same thing, not interviews, but just make calming music for people because life was so crazy in 2020. So I really appreciate that you're spreading the positive. I made a show called Positive Yugi-tudes. So you're spreading the positive Yugi-tudes right now by interviewing all these great voice actors. But yeah.
Thank you. Is there any voice actor you would love to meet besides Dan Green? Anybody particular?
I guess the voice actor I've always wanted to pick his brain is Billy West. The man of a million voices. He was in Futurama is my favorite animation. So he played all the characters in Futurama. So I always wanted to know how he perfected those voices. Because have you watched Futurama?
Oh yeah, he was Fry, if I remember correctly. He's Zap Brannigan. He was a whole bunch.
Yeah. He was Zap Brannigan. He did those weird hey, GIF, things. He was the old man. Good news, everyone. He was actually the first person I tried to copy and understand voices for getting into voiceover. So, yeah, I definitely want to meet that guy.
Daniel, what made you want to become a voice actor? Who would you say is your biggest inspiration for voice acting?
Let's see. I started in musical theater, so that was my primary want, was to be on stage and sing and act. And so voice acting it runs pretty deep within me in terms of why I want to do it, mainly because I'm an adoptee. So I'm adopted from Korea. And so I'm kind of this white person trapped in an Asian person's body. And, in theater and Hollywood, they like to celebrate people for how they look in the culture that they belong in, right? So all of my jobs were very Asian, and I kind of just wanted to be what I was, but it was impossible looking like this, right? So getting into voiceover, it was very freeing. I started doing it when my friend introduced me to another friend, and I took his class, and started with Yu-Gi-Oh. But yeah, I think I didn't really have the heart for voiceover until after my first job, realizing, oh, I get to be free. I get a lot of lines. I get to play a character, and that it's not an Asian guy. It's just a guy, or it's a bug, you know? So it was very cool. It was Scritch from Zexal or Zale. Yeah, and I think from there I just realized that it's much more freeing to do voice acting for me as a person than it is to do stage work. So that's where I got passionate for voiceover, was that I get to act for real versus, well, not act for, well, you know what I mean, like instead of acting like a type of person.
I like that.
Yeah.
Anybody, like you said, so for example, you said you looked up to Billy West. Anybody else you looked up to?
No, so I don't look up to actors too much. I since I am an actor, I like to look at real life and look at people who astonish me. So I think, so do you watch UFC by any chance? Ultimate Fighting?
Is that with okay, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm sorry if I'm stupid. Conor McGregor?
Yes, that's
Okay.
it. Yes.
Okay.
I mean, not many people that I hang out with know what UFC is, but I love it because it's all about training and hard work and getting in there and proving yourself. And it's like chess for people who like to punch each other, right? But there's a guy named George St. Pierre. He's from Canada. Super, yeah, super famous, super humble, hardworking athlete, and I've always looked up to that guy because he's, he worked really hard and he got what he wanted, and I don't know, he was just very cool, and I liked his fighting style, and I liked his poise as a person and his humbleness. So I've always wanted to meet him.
Ooh, that's really cool. Because I actually also interview athletes on my thing too, Daniel. I don't know if you knew that. Or not.
I didn't know that. That's very cool.
Thank you. Like I've interviewed hockey players, baseball players, football.
Well, you're just interviewing everybody.
Thank you. I like the variety, you know? Okay.
How does it feel to interview somebody in sports versus somebody as an actor? Or do you find it easy to kind of just go, to your strengths as an interviewer when you ask? Because they're so different, like sports and entertainment.
My personal opinion, I love sports, don't get me wrong, but the entertainment ones, like especially voice actors like you guys are so cool, the voice actors, because of the different pitches, tones, I mean, the different voices you guys could do. They're really cool. So.
Right on.
Thank you. I don't know if that makes sense. I'm sorry if that didn't make sense to you.
No, it does. I think it does.
Thank you. And my favorite, believe it or not, one of my favorite voice actors of all time, my voice acting hero, Rob Paulson.
He was Brain in Pinky and the Brain, right? He's that guy who did
Pinky.
He's Pinky. Oh, sorry. I don't mean to offend you, Rob. If you ever watch this, I wish I knew more about voice actors' names. But he was the guy. He has that really cool high pitched voice. He was in Turtles, right? Ninja Turtles.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I love his Pinky. It's very good.
He's also, if you're curious, have you ever seen Jimmy Neutron?
Yes.
He was Carl. Or Carl.
Yeah. Oh, he was Carl? That's so funny. Yeah, of course it was.
That's
awesome.
That's like one of my favorite voice actors. Like also every time he comes in the area, he makes sure like he's like, Joe, what's up? How's it going? Like he gives me a hug, take a picture. Like he's really cool. If you ever get the chance to meet him, Daniel, one of the nicest in the business, in my opinion. So
absolutely. Yeah, I want to meet them all. I want to meet everybody.
Yeah, that's cool. That's awesome. Now, what is your favorite voice acting role you've done? And can you do the voice of your favorite character?
That's a tough one. I guess the biggest role I've ever done that I get acknowledged for is Aigami. And he's a lot of fun to do. It's very close to my normal voice, but I would say my favorite one is Milk Cow from Satellite Girl and Milk Cow. Have you heard of that movie?
I've heard that. So when you did, I was like, that sounds. I remember that. Okay, that's why. So sorry, I had a piece in my head. So.
Oh, it's fine, and it's literally just my voice maybe a little higher, but it's just me like this. And I helped write the adaptation for the lyrics in the songs that were sung in there, and it's based in Korea, which is kind of cool. Um, yeah, it's that. I think that was my favorite, just because it was at the time I was learning Korean from my wife, so to piece it all together, and after being in Seoul to see a cartoon and I get to be a part of that, I guess that was the adoptee in me going, haha, yes, this is great, full circle. So that would probably be my favorite role, but I would have to say Agami put me on the map,
Hmm.
probably.
Got me. If I ask you a couple characters, would you be able to pick them out of you? I don't know if that makes sense, but you know.
If I remember how to do them, absolutely.
Okay, I'm gonna get. Okay, this sounds crazy. Like you know how people have like voices in, like like you have your voice, you have all the voices stored up. Okay, ready?
Hmm.
Okay, Dipper or Ryan?
Oh man, so Dipper, he was up here. Yeah, this was the first placement for Dipper. Uh, Constellar Pleiades. Yeah, it's something like that. Does this sound like Dipper? I haven't done it in so long.
That's. I'm sorry. That's why when I do that, it's like, oh my god.
Good, good, good.
Now, Dennis Macfield.
Oh, who could ever forget that guy? He's my He's probably my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh character I've ever done. He's just the Broadway guy. The what I forget. LDS was it? The
Yeah, wow, you remember your stuff.
LDS Broadway. Yeah, he would be my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh guy.
And then, if you wouldn't mind your two Genshin pack characters, you mind? Sorry.
Oh, I think I just kind of used this voice for one of them. That was so long ago. I'm sorry. I know it just that session just kind of happened, and it was just. I think it was just this voice. I think it was just me talking like this, but saying really ridiculous things and being a jerk. Oh, do you? Yeah, I think that was. I think that was the voice.
It's a fun
And
game, by the way. Fun
is
game.
it? I've
Yes.
never played Genshin Impact.
Wow. Yeah, it's a fun game.
People tell me it's too addicting to play, so I'm kind of restraining from getting addicted to a game.
Do you play video games, Daniel?
I used to play quite a bit with my friends. Nowadays, they're all busy. One of my best friends works on Fortnite, actually, so I play Fortnite with him and his kids whenever I can. And yeah, some nights I'll just play old games like Smash, but I haven't played anything new. Um, I should get back into it. I want a PS5 for the Harry Potter game. I want to play that really badly, so hopefully I can get one of those next year. But yeah, I haven't played very much any games lately. Oh, Duel Links. I've been playing Duel Links.
That counts.
Do you play Duel Links?
Yeah, of course. No.
Well, I don't know. I don't know.
You're fine. Yeah, I understand. I'm messing with you. I'm just messing with you. Damn. That's really cool. Like you said your friend works with Fortnite, Epic, I'm assuming.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Did you know that the creator of Fortnite, Donald Mustard, I don't know if you're familiar with that name?
No.
Oh, follows my Twitter account.
That's amazing.
So yeah, if you're curious, because I play Fortnite a lot too. So do you play on PS4? I'm assuming.
I play on Switch.
So you play. That's different. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. I haven't played in a while, so all the gaming I do right now is on Switch or my phone.
Nice. That's
I
really
should
cool.
get yeah, I'm pretty bad. That's a pretty bad thing to say, isn't it, for a gamer? But
It's something. It's a console. It's better than nothing, you know. You know what I mean?
yep.
That's really cool. Wow. And then you said the new Harry Potter game. So are you a Gryffindor, Slytherin?
Oh, I don't know. I used to think that I was a Gryffindor, and then they're too good and they work too hard. And then I thought I was a Slytherin, but they're too snaky, and I just don't want to. I think I'm a Hufflepuff, to be honest with you. I think deep down in me, I'm a Hufflepuff. I'm a house husband. I'm a, just somebody who likes friendships and relationships with other people and likes to help cook food. And I don't know, what is a Hufflepuff. I think Ravenclaws are too smart. So yeah, for sure. I'm a Hufflepuff. I
Hufflepuff.
think. Yeah.
Nice. That'd be a cool role too. Like if the Harry Potter movies came back, I could see you in a Harry Potter movie. I don't know why. I could see you in.
I would love that. I would want to do it with a British accent, though. I don't know. There's something very attractive about a British accent. I need to work on it, though. Hi.
So do you have a British accent?
Well, weirdly, the way I tried to learn it was watching Harry Potter early on, and so I have this bad Daniel Radcliffe impression. Hi, I'm Harry, and yeah, Ron. I do this thing where I am here, and oh yeah. So that's where I try to get the sounds of British, and then I realize that's probably not what people sound like. That's probably a heightened a heightened character thing. Maybe not. I don't know. But yeah, so I gotta make a unique British accent, and then I'll try to get into Harry Potter. That would be cool.
I could see it.
Dolby replacement. I would love that too.
Ooh. I could see you in Harry Potter. I don't know why. I just could see that. Honestly, Daniel. See that. It's awesome.
Playing Quidditch. I could play Quidditch, you know? Maybe not.
Now, can you walk me through the audition process? How did you get the role of Aigami? How did you get the role?
Well, at that point, I was working on Arc 5, and they had auditions around that time, and I guess they called me in for an audition, and I looked at the character and I looked at the trailer beforehand just because I want to do research on what I'm getting into, and I was like, there's no way I'm getting this character. That's ridiculous. They're gonna hire some awesome veteran of the series, but then I get a call. I'm Union Square. I think I'm withdrawing the rest of my money from my bank account, trying to pay my rent, and about to leave for tour so I can save money on and stay in New York. And then I get the call, and they're like, "You got Aigami." And, woo! So yeah, it was all just a shock. It was all instantaneous, and that's how it happened. They just called and said I got it, and then I think it was the next week we did recording. It was like 4 days of recording, and then it came out in theaters, and it was like, what? It was kind of really fast. Yeah.
That's wow. That is really cool. Do you know like if what like inspired the voice, like your voice for him, like anything you looked at per se? You mean?
No, I think I'm a person who does like to keep his voices on a Rolodex, kind of, sort of. So I don't try to repeat sounds that I've already done. And so at this point, I just did those high annoying voices like Scratch was up here. He talked here. So it's like, okay, I can't use that one. Can't use Dipper because he was just used. I can't use this one, and I probably can't use any of the obelisk force that I did, which was like 5 of those. So what voice do I have left? I guess the one in the middle. I'm gonna use this one. And on top of that, I guess I just wanted to be as real to myself as possible because he looked like my age. So yeah, I just used the middle of my voice, and that's how I got it.
That's really your character is an amazing character, by the way. Let's do that right now.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Very welcome. Now, favorite Yu-Gi-Oh character? Other than the ones you voice. Favorite Yu-Gi-Oh character.
Oh. I have an addiction with Seto Kaiba. And not because I think he's a good person but it's just his voice, the English dub voice. I'm just obsessed. There's just a way that he talks that I think is awesome. And he has that antagonist voice in him. That's right, Yugi. Like I studied that voice nonstop just for fun. Yeah, I think Kaiba. And then after that, it would probably be someone in 5Ds. Maybe Yusei. So Kaiba and Yusei.
So you like Eric Stewart then, I'm assuming. Kaiba.
I've never met him, but he sings in a band, and that's cool enough for me. So I think I like him. I respect him enough in his role that I know him from, Seto Kaiba, and yeah, I think he's very good. Very good.
It's cool off, too. Him and Dan have like a podcast together. Did you know that?
I did not. I just started following him on Twitter, Dan, but
Okay.
I'm really bad with Twitter. I get on there and I just see all this crazy stuff and I'm like, nope, off. Get off there. I'm gonna say something stupid and leave. Um, yeah, but that's cool. What kind of show do they do?
It's like they call it the Heart of the Cards with Dan Green and Eric Stewart. Get it? Because the heart of it. You get it.
That's pretty great. And is he one of the main? So it's Dan and Eric. They both do this show
Yes.
as them, Atem and Kaiba, or
Just
just
their regular voices. But their regular voices still, oh my God,
of
You know?
course, yes, yes.
If you want, I could send you the link to the podcast and you could subscribe to their channel. I help him promote Dan because he's super cool. So sorry.
Sure, yeah. I would love that. I'll check it out.
I could do the same thing for you. Like if you ever have like anything exciting, I tell my other voice acting friends, help promote your work, like helping support others. So
I really appreciate that. And you as well. I like that you spread joy to everybody, and I'm all about that. So, yeah.
thank you. Now, is there a role you would love to do in a movie, TV show, like a certain type of role, like a Western? Oh, I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. Yeah, I would love to do all of the roles. I would like to play a good guy. Good guys are nice. Ones that aren't super corrupt in the beginning and then turn nice, but like an actual good guy. I've always wanted to, like, yeah, I guess one of the roles that I wanted to play, but I'm glad that Jake ended up getting it was Playmaker, right? Just because he was kind of that reserved, like reserved, cool hero, chill guy, and I always thought that I had the voice for that. But something like that. I can't think of anything right now, but I would love to do a protagonist in a show. Yeah, that's yeah.
So, do you like superheroes at all? I'm assuming.
I used to,
Yes.
and I don't hate them. I love watching the movies, I guess. Yeah, I like Batman. He's cool.
I can't do his voice. Batman. I can't do it. I can't do it good. Batman. I can't do it good.
Yeah, you just gotta pinch that part. No, I can't do it either. I'd want to be Robin. I want to be Robin.
Robin.
But I want Robin to have a deep voice.
Robin had
I
a
am
voice.
Batman, and I am Robin. And he's the tiny little man still, but he has the super booming deep voice, and they just compete against each other to see who has the better voice when they announce they're there. It's me, Batman, and Robin. Robin. Batman. Could you imagine? Sorry.
You're funny. Oh my God, I'm sorry, Dan. You're funny. No, that'd be funny because Robin just gets puberty out of nowhere. His voice just changed.
Yeah, I would. So I looked like Robin, I think, growing an Asian Robin, right? But like, I was small. I was really small. I weighed 130 pounds in college or high school, and I had this tremendously deep voice, kind of like Dan Green, actually. But I don't talk like this anymore because of a theater habit pushing it forward. So now I have this more nasally sound versus my full sound. I don't know.
Your full power. I'm guessing.
My full power. Yeah. No, yeah. Yeah, I want to be Robin with a deep voice.
Robin. Okay. Anybody watching? Hire him, Robin. That would be funny. I'm sorry. I'd watch that.
I would watch it too.
Awesome. Now, over there's your career? Do you still keep in touch with co-stars and directors you have worked with? Still.
Yeah, I mean, not so much musicals. I think we're all very busy, but yeah, I keep somewhat of a relationship with people I work with. In voiceover, it's kind of hard to do because we don't. At least the voiceover work that I do is individual voices, or individual work. So I don't really get to hang out with the cast unless we call a meeting together and have a cast party or something, which happens once a year, maybe, depending on the show, or never. So actually, it's funny. Probably 70% of all the work I've done, I don't know the cast. Or I mean, I've never met them, or I don't hang out with them. But the ones I do, like some of the Yu-Gi-Oh crew, like Sam Black, we used to hang out. Matt Shipman, we used to hang out a lot. Eddie Lee, we would when I was in New York, we would get together and play Yu-Gi-Oh. And kind of learn, because I didn't. Oh my gosh, it wasn't until I booked the show that I learned Yu-Gi-Oh. But it's so much fun that I want it to be my old man game when I'm old. You know, like when I'm 70 years old, I want to sit outside on a stone table and just be playing Yu-Gi-Oh. But yeah, they were the ones who taught me how to play, and we'd get together. And David Arrigo, yeah, yeah, it was a fun time. So I hung out with those chaps, and then life happened, and the pandemic hit, and then no more, and then now it's all remote. Yeah, I just said a lot of stuff. Sorry about that.
You're
Just went
fine.
on a ramble.
You're
Yeah.
fine. Believe it or not, in one of my interviews, this actor, his name is John Carna. He opened up to me. So he called me his like therapist. So I'm like, so if you need something, open up. I got you. Yeah, don't worry.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. You're very welcome. I love hearing people's conversations, because everybody has like a different story, Like everyone has like a different path, different story. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, who would you say, Daniel, was the coolest person that you have worked with? Who's the coolest?
Coolest
Yes.
in life or in voiceover?
You could do both. Well,
Okay. Wow. I can't answer this right away. I'm really gonna have to. So do you know who Stephen Sondheim is?
oh, like wasn't he like the musical Steven Sondheim, the musical guy? I think.
That's exactly it. He wrote Into the Woods. He wrote, yeah, he wrote a
Okay.
lot of shows that I can't name off the top of my head because I'm a terrible musical performer. But yeah, I did a show. One of his shows. It's called, wow, I can't remember.
Sorry, Dan, I mean laugh. Sorry.
No, don't laugh. It's fine. Please laugh. Actually, scratch that because I don't remember this show. But I worked with Stephen Sondheim on a show of his for Encore's New York City Center, and this was before he unfortunately passed away. But yeah, he came up to me after at the cast party, and he told me that I was a wonderful performer. And hearing that from one of the greatest people of all time, was probably the coolest. I'd say Stephen Sondheim was the coolest person I've ever worked for. I can't say with necessarily, but I did his work, so that's why I would say that. And in voiceover, there are a lot of cool people. I don't know if I should name one person and have everyone else hate me.
They're like, how dare you, Daniel?
Yeah, I think a lot of people. Yeah, I can't answer that. I can't answer that.
Dan Green.
I haven't. Well, I haven't met him though. I would feel bad to say that we work together because, yes, I will say Dan Green. Dan Green, if you're watching, I'm sorry. Hope to meet you one day. But yes, I liked working with Sam Black. He's really cool. Darren's really cool. He's the director too. Everybody in that team. Barrett Letty. He's currently in Sevens. He's a really cool guy. Yeah. Everyone's cool. Sorry if I'm not naming you right now. I'm really bad with names on the spot. I need to write it all down.
Are you talking about Darren Dunstan? About?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
He's very good. He's also the voice of Pegasus, which is cool.
Yes, absolutely. And did you watch Arc 5 by any chance?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So in season 2, he was the villain in that. I forget his name.
my-
Jean.
I remember.
The one with the fancy nose. I can't do that voice, but yeah. Yeah, he's very good. Very good.
You've done so many cool things like voiceover, music. Like you're like one of a kind, So.
Thank you. Yes. We as actors have to believe we are. I'm trying to come to terms that we aren't so different, but that's also a very unique way of living life. Yeah. I am unique and amazing.
And you're very talented too. Like you're different. I'm sorry, but voice acting though, that's something I would love to maybe get into someday because that's so cool how you guys go from one thing to like, you know what I mean? It's so cool.
Absolutely. I think it's all of our dream, like most of our dreams, to like be able to switch on and off from different characters. I think that's one of the things that I strive to do is like have characters that talk to each other. Because then deep down it's like if you don't tell anybody that you were both of them and they can't tell that they're both you, then you win as a voice actor because you're, believable as two different people at the same time.
I could do like do you know who? Have you ever seen South Park? Dan?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Do you know Mr. Hanky?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
He's a little piece of poo. That sounds weird. You're like, what the heck? But I could do a little bit of his voice.
Well, let's hear it.
Okay. If it's bad, sorry, Daniel. Okay. Okay. Hello, it's me, Mr. Hanky. There you go.
That was great. I think that's what he sounds like, right? I haven't, forgive me, I haven't watched it in like years, but I think that's exactly what he sounds like.
Yeah.
That's great.
Or do you know Stitch? Lilo and Stitch?
Yes.
That's me, Stitch. How you doing?
I hear it. You got that. You got that thing in there. You did it. Very good. Yeah, keep it up. Yeah, you should try voice acting. It'd be fun.
Thank you. You should teach class. I think you'd be a great teacher.
Yeah, I would love to. I need to do some research on how to stay in topic though, because I like to get carried away and then I forget what I'm teaching. But yeah, that's one of my goals is to teach voiceover.
That's really cool.
At least to find your own voice.
Yeah. Wow. Now, what director taught you the most? And is there one you would love to work with?
I mean, I'm sure there are lots of directors have. Well, just to not sit here forever, I would say that probably Darren Dunstan was my favorite voiceover director. He's just very good at understanding your voice and like getting to what he wants by saying the right things to you so that you understand. And he doesn't give line reads, so it's like very freeing as a actor to be able to work with him. So I really like working with him.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is there one you would love to work with that you haven't worked with yet?
This is where I'm a bad voice actor. I don't know them. I guess whoever directed Futurama would love that. That would be amazing. I would love that.
It'd be like a dream come true.
A dream come true. Or anyone from Gears of War. So whoever directed Gears of War, just that was one of the coolest games growing up. I loved how crinkly their voices were, and they were very real. It wasn't like youthful. It was just yelling, it's like finding that scream out. I guess I was a kid who always wanted to scream out. So yeah.
That's why I actually want to do. I don't know if I might do voice, but I want to become a director because I love to write scripts, Daniel. Believe it or not.
Well, that's great. Have you written anything that we might have seen, or?
Honestly, no. No, sorry. I've written like at least 20. I try to write 20 pages a day. And I want to eventually get them out there. That'd be cool. So
that's amazing. Hopefully you do.
Thank you. And maybe I could work with the legend Daniel Edwards here. Daniel J. Edwards.
Cool. You never know.
It'd be awesome. Wow. Now, if you were a voice actor, what do you think you would have done as a career? What other interesting hobbies do you have besides voice acting?
I would probably do ASMR on YouTube.
Just whisper in the microphone. Put people to bed, counting backwards.
No, I think, honestly, I don't know. I don't know what I would do if I didn't have voice acting. I probably wouldn't be a performer. I'd probably find something else. I was interested in like maybe something in like law.
Ooh.
Debate. I'm not a good debater now because I spent too much time reading scripts instead of other things. But yeah, that always interested me, at least in high school, was law. Or something with medicine. Probably not a doctor. I'm not smart enough to memorize all the bones and stuff, but something in there.
Oh. So you're not going to become a UFC fighter? I'm kidding.
Oh, I would be destroyed. They would destroy me.
You're like,
Maybe the ring announcer. One day I could step up and be the ring announcer. But definitely not a fighter. No way.
Do you have any hobbies? Like, do you like to write, draw?
I started in acting on one of my hobbies, and I guess this is one of those things where you just have to put stuff out there and just hope. So there's a little show I made called Deji D and Charles Waltman, because I like to voice act and I like to draw really bad drawings, I guess. And so if you look up Deji D and Charles Waltman on YouTube, they just do like not reviews, just like they briefly talk about like Disney movies and like Yu-Gi-Oh episodes and stuff. And then they do quizzes on them or trivia based on the movie or the episode. And it just gives me practice as somebody who has to put something together who has no idea how to do that. And it also keeps me keeps me in the loop with my youthful voice and my old man voice.
So yeah, Deji D kind of is like this. He talks like this, and he's just one of characters that I had in my head all the time. And so I just drew him one day and just around the pandemic, and I'm just trying to make him a thing, even though no one probably cares. It's just good practice for me.
And then his friend, Charles Watman, he's an old man, and he kind of resembles a mixture of older people that I met in my life, and my father and my grandfather. And yeah, they talk together, and so yeah.
And so, yeah, that's kind of my hobby right now. That and trying to learn Korean, which I don't know anything. It's so hard. But yeah.
So you that voice, your Watman, you said? Watman?
Charles Waltman, yeah.
Waltman. Okay. Your voice right there almost sounds like the character Major Monogram from Phineas and Ferb. I don't know if you've ever seen Phineas and Ferb.
No, I have not. I'm a bad person for not, because one of my friends is actually the replacement for Ferb, David Arrigo.
That's
But I've never seen it. I feel terrible. I should watch it. I'm gonna watch it.
favorite band or artist and type of music.
Oh, that's impossible to answer. I've been listening to the album, which has a mix of Korean artists that I have no idea who they are, but it's this awesome collection of remakes and 80s music from Korea. It's called Reply 1988. It's a really cool K-drama, but I love the album. I just can't. I don't know any of their names, but it's a really cool album. That, and I like things like Foster the People or Flight of the Conchords. That they're pretty funny. Elton John. I grew up with I know every album up to the One album. Who else? Lots of people. I don't know.
Isn't Foster the People? Aren't they the one that sings? I think "Come Sit Next to Me." I think that's one of their songs from America.
Might be. They sing "Pumped Up Kicks."
I know that, yeah, but let me see. I don't know. Do you know? I think so. My memory is correct. I know my more about my music. I think so.
Then I bet you're right. I bet they do.
So, I also like my favorite band is Queen. Do you know who Queen is, Daniel?
Yeah.
They sing like "We Are Champions of Rock." That's my favorite band of all time.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
Ah.
And do you have a favorite Elton John song, Daniel?
No, I like them all. It depends on my mood. I love the song "The One." It's just this, I don't know, slightly romantic and calming song that I've always liked growing up. I like his older albums, weirdly. I grew up with his older albums, and then I just learned to love his old stuff, like Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. And
I was supposed to say that. That's a good song. I was just about to say that song. Not gonna lie.
And of course, Daniel. That song is an amazing song. And I'm Still Standing.
I'm still standing. Sorry.
Yeah, no, yeah. I love a lot of his stuff. Yeah.
Wow. Did you see the movie? The new, not new, but did you see when it came out?
Yes.
Man.
Very good.
Yeah, that's really cool. So if you met Elton John, you'd be like,
oh yeah, if I met him, that would be cool. Yeah, he's somebody I'd really like to meet. Yeah.
Well, hey Elton, I'm kind of messing. I just pull him out. Hey, this. You're like, what? You know.
That would be unbelievable.
Now, favorite movies and TV shows.
Favorite movie is a tie. This is where a lot of people lose respect for me, and it's not because it's offensive or anything. It's just such a dumb choice. The Fifth Element is my favorite movie of all time. See, this is like it's this sci-fi movie with Bruce Willis and Mila Jovovich. I don't know if you ever saw the girl with the orange hair and the weird white outfit thing.
Outfit thing.
I can't explain it. She plays the fifth element, right? So there's earth, fire, wind, water, and then love, I guess, is the fifth element.
Okay.
Bruce Willis is the main character. What's his name? Chris Tucker's in it.
Jermaine Man.
You know, he does all the cool stuff. Yeah, just a lot of great actors. Who plays in Harry Potter? Do you know Harry Potter?
Yeah.
Who plays his who's the werewolf guy? Not werewolf, the dog. Shoot. Who's the voice actor?
Oh crap!
Or, I mean, the real actor.
Yeah, I know. Oh crap! I know you're talking about, right? Oh,
Gary
crap.
Oldman. Gary Oldman.
He's a good actor. Gary Oldman.
He's in it as well. So that's my favorite movie of all time. And then I guess almost at the same level as Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Ooh, I've heard that one.
And these are just kind of make you feel good and you can fall asleep to movies for me, but like those are my favorite kinds of movies. The ones that don't keep you awake, the ones that are just like, I could watch you, I don't need to watch you. And I feel the same way with TV. Like I love The Office. I think The Office is amazing. Even after Michael leaves, like it's still really good show. That and Futurama, for sure.
Do you have you ever seen Parks and Rec?
No, but I should, right? It's very similar to The Office.
Yes, that's a
Okay.
Now, favorite. Since you mentioned those, since we're on the topic of movies and actors, do you have like a favorite actor or actress?
It used to be Gary Oldman for a long time, and I guess that would still be one of the top. I don't really have favorite anythings when it comes to that. It's more about how well the movie plays as a whole that makes me interested.
Mhm.
I don't, as much as I should, because I'm an actor myself, I don't value an individual performance as nearly as much, or I'm not interested in the value of a singular performance, whereas I'm more interested in seeing that person and not seeing that person, but seeing a character and just being like, okay, so I can resonate with the situation. Let's see, what there's a lot of good shows that, or movies that have that, but yeah,
Do you like,
I don't know.
do you like Back to the Future at all?
I've seen a couple of them. I haven't really watched them. I should watch that.
How about do you like Star Wars at all?
Yeah, I loved the original 3. And then everyone hated the not the newest one. I will not watch those again.
Yeah.
I think I fell asleep in all of them.
The nowadays ones.
Yeah. The newest ones, I'm sure everyone was great, and I fell asleep in all 3 movies. So, but the 1, 2, and 3, the Phantom Menace, the Attack of the Clones, and Revenge of the Sith, was it the 3rd one?
Got it.
A lot of people didn't like those. I loved those. I thought they were great. I didn't like Jar Jar Binks. No one does. But I mean, it's not the worst thing. It's not the worst thing ever. And I think Ewan McGregor did a great job. And yeah, I think he was like the only one that I liked as like performance wise, but it's good. I like them all.
Because I actually met Ahmed Best. Do you know who that is from Star Wars?
I do
He
not.
plays your favorite character. So do you know what I'm talking about? Jar Jar, your favorite character. He plays Jar Jar.
Did he really? Hey, no, if I had Jar Jar Binks as a character to be, absolutely. Yes.
I met him, and then I met, do you know who Hayden Christensen is? Daniel?
He sounds familiar.
Anakin.
Of course. Yes.
That's
very cool.
That was like at Star Wars Celebration. That was 2016. It's been so long. The years go by so quick, Daniel. So.
Did he do the Jar Jar voice for you?
Yes. Yeah, he did that. But I can't do the Misha. I can't Misha. I can't do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Misase. I can't. Yeah, I don't even remember. I try to block it out of my head, but good for him. I'm sure he's a cool, awesome guy. I'm a terrible person for saying any of this on the interview, but yeah.
Do you have a favorite Star Wars character?
No, I should.
I could see there's a Yoda guy. I don't know why. I could see there's a Yoda guy.
I think he's too powerful for me to like. I don't cling to the most powerful characters very often. Though I do like how speak he does. Like I can't do it. But who would be my it would probably be Obi-Wan Kenobi. He's probably my favorite Star Wars character.
Awesome. So if you had like blue lightsaber, so if you had a blue lightsaber, you'd go crazy with it.
Yes, absolutely. Depends on how real it looked. If it was super realistic looking, I'd make a TikTok. If it was not, I'd probably not.
you just use the one that was like realistic, like okay, I must.
Right.
That's cool. Now, favorite Now, favorite sports and teams.
Favorite sports, I guess it's UFC and tennis. Although I
Tennis.
haven't watched tennis in a while. I watched it 2011 through 2013. It was my favorite thing to watch back then. And then since then, it's just been UFC. And that's it. I should watch soccer. I want to get into soccer. I don't know enough about it. I used to play it in elementary school. That's as much as I know. But UFC is probably my favorite sport.
Top 3 UFC fighters.
Yeah, I'm gonna get like X'd out of the. Okay, so top 3. Number 3 would probably be Ben Askren. Do you know him?
I've heard the name. Okay, I've heard the name before.
He's the funky. They call him Funky Ben. He was a amazing wrestler growing up. He competed in the Olympics in one of the hardest weight classes to compete. He's just really good on the microphone, and he was entertaining to watch, and he's from Wisconsin, that's very close to us. So like, it was just one of those things where I was like, yeah, Ben. So him, I would say number 2. I don't know. There's so many, there's like thousands of fighters. Wonderboy Thompson, I've always wanted to meet him.
I've heard him before.
Yeah, he's awesome. He does karate like a mofo. He's super humble too, and he has a great YouTube channel, I guess, that I used to watch all the time, because he would teach you how to do things, and then I would attempt him and then pull a muscle and be like, nope, but very cool. Yeah, he seems like a cool guy. And then right now, people are hating on a guy named Khamzat Chimaev, but I love that guy. Do you know who Khabib Nurmagomedov is? Habib?
Oh, is it? Oh my God, is he Canadian?
No. So Khabib was Dagestanian.
Oh my God, I feel like an idiot. I'm sorry.
And he spread this thing around. Oh, it's okay. But he spread this thing around the UFC where he would go, I smash everybody, brother. I come into you and I smash you and I smash him and I smash everybody and I become champ. And so it's like, yeah, cool mentality. So then this guy from Sweden, his name's Khamzat Chimaev. I think he was also from Dagestan before he moved to Sweden. Says the same stuff, and he's just really tall and tough guy and bald and has this big beard, and he's like, I smash you, brother. I smash everybody. And like, he's a really good fighter. So I think he's probably my number 1 favorite fighter right now. Yeah, and he's just funny, so I guess that's why I also like him. He has the funny personality of like, I smash you, I come in, they smash, bro. It's like, all right.
Would you did you ever play the UFC games?
Yeah. So I play that too. I play UFC 4. There's a video game called UFC 4. It's really easy to just load up a fight, so you can get like, if you've been working on a script or working on an audition, you want to take a break, you could beat someone up for 5 minutes and then go back.
Or if you have like a stress, we actually have that game to do. Or if you sometimes feel stressed, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
That's like
stress
a little
release.
That's like a little therapy session, right?
100%. And I'm such a cheater though. So like when I'm angry and I just want to beat someone up, I put their stats all the way to the top, and then I put the opponent's stats all the way to the bottom, and I just act like a boss. I'm like, haha, you have no stamina, and I just poke and you're dead. It's like, haha, terrible. But it helps me relieve stress. So yeah, absolutely. I love that game. But I can only play like 15, 20 minutes at a time, and then I gotta stop. It's too much.
Too addicting.
Yeah, too much fighting.
No. Favorite food. What's Daniel's favorite food?
It used to be pizza, and then it was hot dogs, and then it was pasta, and now it's Korean food, and I don't know why. But Korean barbecue and Korean food. I don't know.
Wow.
For
so
now.
if you ever come to Chicago, take it to a good pizza. I'm from Chicago.
Yeah, so I actually toured. The King and I went through Chicago in 2017, I believe, and I was there the whole time. And I don't remember what the restaurants were, but I had 2 styles of deep dish, and one made me really sick, and then one was really good. So, and then I went to Shed's Aquarium right after the really good one. So it was a good time. Yeah, for sure. If I ever find myself in Chicago, let's go get pizza. That would be cool.
This is a good place. It's called Bocce's. They sell like 30-inch slices, Daniel, for $9.
How can you eat 30 inches?
Michael, Michael, the one you've been texting, ate that in 8 minutes.
That's awesome. Did you record it?
Because he loves eating fast. Like in my opinion, he's like a garbage disposal.
All right. First come, first serve. Very good.
You got it. He loves his anime and then he loves eating. So.
Yeah, what's weird with me is that food isn't necessarily the thing that I cling to. It's the environment in which I eat, right? So like I could eat a Lunchable in a really relaxing place and be much happier than eating the best Chinese food in a crappy small place. You know what I mean? Like there are some people who are such foodies that need to go to these off-base locations that have the rarest version of Thai food and you got to eat it that way. And it's like, no, I'd rather go to a spa with a sandwich. You know, like that's it's about the environment for me. So, but if you have both, that's great. And I find that a lot of Korean restaurants are nice. So, and it's calming in a lot of places. So yeah, Korean food.
Awesome. Now, do you have any projects in the works? Anything coming up in the works for Daniel?
Nothing that I can announce. I mean, the Gore was just released on Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, so I guess that was probably the newest thing that released for me. But yeah, I've been working on some stuff, and I hope to share it in the near future. It just depends on when it's released, so I can say something.
And but Yu-Gi-Oh's come back, right? I'm kidding. Yeah, there's gonna be a new movie coming out. Agami's back, right? He's back.
That would be amazing. Do you know something I don't know?
Yeah, I know.
What are we doing? DSOD 2, Agami's Revenge. The Agami Strikes Back.
That would be cool. Like they gotta bring you back. You know, he's such a great character, Daniel. So.
Well, thank you. I'm glad they put him in Duel Links too. So whenever I want to visit him, he can just play with Agami.
That's awesome. Now, what advice would you give younger people who want to become a voice actor? What's your advice?
Times are different than when I started voice acting. Okay. So before there wasn't as much information. Now Twitter is this big place where a lot of people are being very helpful, you know, passing around facts and information on how to become a voice actor. Whereas before, you know, it was like if you see a class online with a director teaching, you took it because it was like, that's the only person I can learn from. And there just wasn't as much opportunity. Whereas I feel like now with diversity and opportunities and remote work and people turning to cartoons more because the pandemic, at least for a while, made it so that it was easier to make animation than, you know, Hollywood. And there's so many video games now. I would say that if you want to be a voice actor, just do it. And then the thing that I would say to be cautious about is calling voice acting a career. I would highly suggest if you're a performer and you're in it because you like to perform, not because you want to hear your voice on a show. There's a difference between that kind of work. If you're a performer, try to get into everything that you can, that you find acceptable within your means. Like do stage too, do film if you can, and then also do voice acting, and just be open-minded that not everybody is going to be Dan Green. Not everybody is going to be the union actors who get to work on numerous projects. As that, the proof is that they exist, and there are many of us still trying to get there. But if you're willing to be patient and you're willing to work very hard at it and have an open mind to where it takes you, then I think you should just do it, and good things will happen for you, hopefully.
I usually like to add, like, sometimes, like, stay humble. Remember where you come from. You know what I mean? Like, don't, like, get cocky. I mean, like, I don't get why people, like, so, you know what I mean? You know?
Yeah, I would say staying humble is very good, unless the humbleness gets in your way of being great. And I don't mean to say that you should be a jerk, but if being a jerk, at least while being a performer, helps you get across what you need to do, because I know so many humble people that kind of push themselves aside, and I'm like, you need that confidence, that arrogance of you being the center of attention to be you, because that's what actors are. And then once you get the job, then remember that you're lucky versus I deserve this. But don't ever push yourself away. Don't let humbleness take you out of the picture. But yeah, stay humble, if as humble as you can.
You worded that well. Sorry, I word things comes wrong, but you worded that perfect. Daniel.
Thank you. Yes.
Now, would you be willing to come back on for a part 2 answering some fan submitted questions?
Absolutely.
I'm sure, because I'm sure there'd be like people like, oh, I have a question for Daniel. I'm like, okay, and then I read the question to you, and then you answer the best of your ability.
Sure. Absolutely.
Thank you. Now, before I ask you my last question, Daniel, do you have any questions?
Yeah. Who was your favorite interviewee? And don't say me.
Damn it. Okay. Sorry, sorry. I'm sorry. I really like my Total Drama interviews. That show I told you about, Total Drama Island.
Okay.
There's overall there's like 6 seasons. There's 44 total voice actors, voice actresses, and I've interviewed 22. So I would say those. Or Jeff Kinney. He's the author of Diary of Wimpy Kid. I don't know if you've heard of those books before.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
The author. I interviewed him. So those are probably my favorites, besides you, of course.
Oh my gosh, I'm sure he was really cool. Like I see the Wimpy, is it Diaries of a Wimpy Kid? Is that his book?
Yeah, it's basically about that that nerdy kid on the cover.
Yeah, there's like 20 books of that. That's really cool.
Okay.
I never read that, but my wife and I see it everywhere. It's like because my wife teaches kids singing and acting and English and stuff. So we look for kids content to practice, and his stuff comes up all the time. And I'm like, oh, cool. That's very cool.
He's a very nice guy. Down like, oh my god, like legit Daniel. Because his DMs were like open, so I tweeted him out. I was like, no, screw it, Legit. 2 months later, he DMs me. I'm like, you know what I mean, Daniel? I was like freaking out because he's my writing hero, my inspiration for writing. So that I messaged him back, and he was like super nice about it too. Like we scheduled like 2 months later after that. Super nice guy, taking his time, patience. So.
That's amazing. Have you ever read Calvin and Hobbes?
Oh yeah, with a tiger. Oh, don't be mad. I think it's the kid, blonde kid.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I read those books.
Okay. Yeah, I think that was the closest to kids books that I've read and I know that's cheating because it's a comic book, but I've read every page of every Calvin and Hobbes books and the autobiographies and stuff. I think Bill Watterson is an absolute genius. And the thing that turns me on to his work so much is that he refuses to make movies, because the most important thing for somebody who reads is that you can fill the voice with whatever you want, and whatever you see Calvin to be is how he sounds. And if a voice actor made a Calvin voice, it would ruin all of the hard work put into using your own imagination to fill that character for yourself. And so I almost idolize Bill Watterson as well, because he doesn't do movies. He doesn't cash in, he sticks true to his comic, and it's timeless.
Yeah, that's another iconic one too. Oh my god, you want to talk about iconic, comic story? So yeah, really cool. Any other questions you got?
I'm not good at asking questions on the spot. I really like to think about them. Let's see.
Sorry.
Who is your favorite Yu-Gi-Oh character?
Ooh, besides you, of course.
Unless it's Aigami. If it is, then that's really awesome.
It is Aigami, but besides him, I really, really like Joey Wheeler.
All right. What about him do you like?
Besides his, name, like my name, he's just really cool. Like I like Red Eyes Black Dragon, so it's one of my favorite cards in Yu-Gi-Oh. So.
Yeah, I love the thing that always reminds me of Joey is the yeah. Like I can't even hear anything else, even though he's such a great character. Whenever I see him, it's always that wrestling pose. Yeah, get him, you. Yeah. Yeah, I think yeah, that's awesome. Very cool.
He's a good voice actor, Wayne Grayson.
Oh yeah, for sure. He plays a couple father figures in my past as voice actor. I was in the Hoopa movie as Baraz, and so when I was young Baraz and I had to do the young voice, he was the father. So, and then he's also so young Aigami, and then there's Shadi. Well, he was Shadi, right?
Yeah, he was Shadi.
Yeah, he's super talented guy.
He's also I don't know if you know, he's also in the 2003 version of the Turtles. He's Michelangelo. Do you know
Really? I had no idea.
It's so cool. Like I'm sorry, but like I said, voice acting is so cool. Like you I don't know. It's like, oh my god. I mean,
What are some of your favorite impressions that you've come up with,
I could do.
or that that you practice and that you one day want to do?
I want more. It's a total drama characters, honestly. Like because you don't understand. Like that show, like when that show came out, I was like 7 years old. I've watched it since, so it's like my big childhood TV show, Daniel. So
All right, that's cool. You should practice those voices then.
because maybe I will. That'd be really cool. Because I'm sorry I keep geeking out about Total Drama Island, but if you gotta watch it, it's like if you're curious, it's on Netflix and it's for free on YouTube. You're
I'll check it out. Yeah, great. Total Drama Island.
yes, it's only. Do you know what Survivor is?
Yes.
It's like a cartoon version of that.
Oh, that's cool. All right.
So if you're curious what that is like, that's what it's like.
Absolutely. I'll check it out.
Thank you.
Yeah. What other questions? What other questions? Do you know any other languages?
I know a swear word in Italian, but that's all. I'm not gonna say, of course.
That doesn't count as knowing another language, okay?
No, that's great. What is it? What is the word?
You really want to hear it?
No, you probably shouldn't say that on your show.
It's just F word. That's all it is.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you don't need to say that.
I'm
not the interviewer here,
I want
mister.
to swear at Daniel, because you're so cool, Daniel. So.
Oh, well, I'm grateful you think so.
I
think I'm a silly old man, but I'm really grateful that people still think I'm cool. I am cool. I'm really cool.
By far, like all the guests, like you, like definitely the top. You're really cool. Top.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, you're very welcome because it's so cool like doing these interviews, talking like I said to these different people. Like I don't know if you also saw I interviewed Sonic from the video games and Sonic from the movies. I don't know if you knew that.
Really? Okay, so you had all three Sonics.
I had the movie version. That's one guy, and then the video game Sonic, which is the other guy.
That's really cool.
Thank you.
Who's better? Who's a better Sonic?
Ooh, now you're making me choose between because they're both really nice guys. So the Ben is the movie version. He's very nice. Like that interview, super funny interview. I'm sorry. And then Roger, he's the one that plays him in the video games. Also the voice of Ezio in Assassin's Creed. I don't know if you've heard of Assassin's Creed before.
Oh, I love Assassin's Creed. Ezio from Assassin's Creed 2? Is that Ezio?
Yes. Yeah.
Wow. All right. Okay, so did you see Wreck-It Ralph?
He's also Sonic in that.
Oh, he was Sonic in Wreck-It Ralph.
Yes.
So he's the better one.
You like that one?
I'm just kidding. I don't know. I think they're both great. I didn't pay attention to Sonic's voice. Just kind of sounds like they speak in a really like, yeah, I'm Sonic the Hedgehog. It's like I don't know. It's terrible. I don't know. I'm sure they're awesome and they sound the same to me.
What's crazy, I don't know if you knew with this. Did you know in the original, do you know what Sonic X is? Remember that, Daniel? Sonic X was like a show back in the early 2000s. Well, Dan Green himself, was Knuckles.
Was this the 4Kids version?
Got it.
Okay, so then there was another Sonic in that one, right?
Yes, that is Jason Griffith.
Jason Griffith, yeah. I think I've worked on projects that he's been in, quite a few of them. He's a legend in New York. You should interview him.
Yeah,
get the third Sonic.
Cool. Yeah, that'd be. And then do like a Spider-Man thing with all three Sonics.
You should you should just have them compete. It's like, okay, we're gonna have the audience decide who has the best Sonic voice. That's terrible. I'm sure they would hate me for saying that.
That would be cool though. Get like the three Sonics together and maybe make like a live of it, and then they could people.
I would actually compete for if they had a Seto Kaiba competition. I would compete to see if you could. It's like, can you guess the real one, and do you know which ones are fake? And I'd be like, yes, let's go. I will do my best to show you that I am the real Seto Kaiba. I don't know. It's terrible.
That would be cool. Like, so okay, how about this? Because have you ever seen the Odd Ones Out, that YouTube channel? No, Jubilee. My fault. Jubilee. And they pick like the odd person out. Like they have like 6 people that pretend they are the person, But in reality, there's only one that is.
I watched the Korean version of that.
Okay, well, that you could do that. That'd be sick.
That'd be interesting. I wonder who I could actually like fool at all.
You're like, is he really Kaiba? Like, that's really good. Like, that's spot on, Daniel. Like, oh my god.
Well, thank you. Although I'm listening to Eric Stewart's versions in the games, and they're just the tiniest bit different. So I'm like trying to get his cadence now versus what he had in the animations.
You're trying to get his exact pitch, trying to fool people.
Well, I made a YouTube video about how to do Seto Kaiba voice, and I'm just like trying to play along with this. I am an impersonator, even though I'm not really an impersonator. I just want to be the guy who's like, "You better watch out, Eric Stewart. I'm coming." I don't know. I'll replace you. I'm just kidding. I could never replace him. He's such a cool guy. Supposedly, I've never met him, but yeah, no, I don't know. I find that stuff entertaining. I hope that they do that for voice acting one day, where they take a character and have 5 voice actors go behind a curtain and just see who can. You know, I'm sure a lot of people have the Ash Ketchum voice too. You know, it's just no one gets to use it. So I wonder if they could get 5 people who sound like Ash Ketchum, and then get Sarah to do it, and then see which one the people. I don't know. I'm just rambling now.
She's really good too, Sarah.
Oh, she's amazing. Yeah. She's the bomb. She's one of the best, I think, one of the best voice actors in New York, for sure.
Daniel, is there anything you would like to promote and shout out? Like, help link down below the video description.
Yeah. I would like to promote peace and love. And I'm not good at promoting work, especially I don't have any work recently published. So I'm just gonna say, be good to each other this year, and if you like voice acting, do it. Don't have any regrets. You only have one life, and wow, this year just kind of flew by. You know, it's like it's kind of a wake up call. It's like if you want to do something, get out there and do it. If you don't, then don't. If you're at a terrible job and you just want out, get out. You know, it's like one of those things. Like just maybe find the courage to do more what you want to do from here on forward. That would be my pitch to the world.
Like that. Do you want me to link down your Instagram, Twitter, YouTube page?
Sure. Yeah. Yes, please.
Got you.
Very grateful.
Got you. Oh, everybody, make sure to follow him on Instagram, Twitter, and subscribe to his YouTube. He posts amazing content. Sorry.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Well, thank you, and Daniel, for being an awesome, amazing guest. I had a fun time chatting with you. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you, Joseph. Yeah. I'm really bad at saying goodbye on these things, so I'm just going to wave like this and go, bye-bye. But it was nice to be on this show. Thanks for having me. And yeah, hopefully we can get back on here and do the question and answers from your fans.
Have a great day, everybody, and stay awesome. And you stay awesome, Daniel.
Thank you. You too.